said zero.
Zero.
Gotta get
to zero.
Oh, zero.
Zero.
Need to get
to zero.
I said zero.
Zero.
Gotta
get to zero.
Oh, zero.
Zero.
Need to
get
Come
to
on, y'all.
zero. We can.
If we try, y'all.
We try.
Hey.
We can if we try.
Oh, God. Zero.
Zero.
Gotta
get to zero.
Oh, zero.
Zero.
Need to
get to
Good
zero.
God Almighty, y'all.
Zero.
Gotta
get to zero.
Oh, zero.
Zero.
Need to
get to
Here we go,
zero. We can.
If we try.
We try.
Hello.
We can if we try.
I said zero.
Zero.
Stay right there. Zero.
Zero.
Oh, zero.
Zero. Zero.
Oh, zero.
Zero. Zero. Zero.
Oh,
Zero.
stay right there. Zero.
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 Y'all better say it.
Zero.
We can.
Zero.
Here we go.
We can.
If we try.
If we try.
Hello.
We can if we try.
Stupid.
Wow.
Sit down. Stop. Y'all know I'm tired now, right? Woo. Jesus Christ. Gotta get to zero. Shh, say it.
Zero.
Not 3, 2, 1, but.
Zero.
Not 3, 2, 1, but.
Zero.
Z-E-R-O, zero.
Zero.
Z-E-R-O, zero.
Zero.
Z-E-R-O, zero.
Zero.
All right, y'all. I got hype.
Zero.
Stop. Holy Ghost. Okay, I quit. I'm done. Stop, y'all. Stop. I'm up here sweating profusely. Listen, you guys, we never, in my family, talked about HIV and AIDS. We talked about Magic Johnson, or we talked about it when people died, like Arthur Ashe, Eazy-E, Liberace, and we talked again about Magic Johnson based off of the fact that he became public about being HIV positive. Well, I never really met anyone. Wait a minute. I'm the only person, or the first person that I knew who had HIV. I'm treatment as prevention. If you're on your meds for 6 months, you become undetectable, the likelihood of you spreading HIV is 0. The day was October the 13th, 1997. And me and my mom was sitting at the kitchen table, and we were eating, And the phone rung, house phone rung. We had a house phone back then. So I picked it up. I said, hello. The person on the other end said, hey, can I speak to a Mr. T.K. Hampton? I said, this is him. She said, hey, sir, did you try and give blood at a Red Cross blood drive at the University of Montevallo? I said, yeah, very proudly. She cut that short and she said, well, I'm sorry to inform you, sir, but we're not able to use your blood. It came back HIV positive. I said, what? She said, did you hear me, sir? Your blood came back HIV positive. I said, well, girl, what you want me to do about it? She said, I need for you to come down to the health department by the end of the day. Girl, you tried it. I'm not coming down to that health department. I live in Columbia, Tennessee. It's a small town. No, ma'am, I'm not coming down there. She said, well, sir, if you're not down here by the end of the day, we're going to send the police out to pick you up. I said, all right, girl, I'll talk to you later. My mother, she saw the look on my face and she looked at me and she said, well, who was that on the phone? I said, that was the health department. They just told me I had HIV before I even thought about it. She said, what? I said, that was the health department. She said, boy, I know who it was. What did they say? I said, they said that I have HIV. She said, well, what do they want you to do about it? I said, well, they told me that I needed to come down there by the end of the day or they were going to send the police out to pick me up. She said, well, we need to go on. I said, I ain't going, Mama. Because HIV ends in AIDS, and AIDS ends in death. My mother looked at me and she said,
you don't have to worry, and don't you be afraid. Joy comes in the morning, troubles they won't last always. For there's a friend in Jesus who will wipe your tears away. And if your heart is broken, just lift your hand and say, oh, I know that I can make it. I know that I can stand. No matter what may come my way, my life is in your hands. Hey, with Jesus I can take it. With him I know I can stand. No matter what may come my way, no matter what may come my way, no matter what may come my way, my life is in your hand. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is.
I made it. I made it, and I didn't have AIDS. But I took 14 pills a day, and I really didn't know how to cope with it. So I needed something to numb the pain of HIV. And that was cocaine. So the story goes like this. It was July 2006. And I was at this club that I usually frequent. And I walked in like I usually do. Go to the bartender. Hey, Terry, what's up? Hey, man, give me a beer. Terry gave me my beer. I went to the bathroom, powdered my nose. I wasn't ashamed. I didn't have to go in no stall. I powdered my nose. This dude walked in. He said, hey, dog, let me hit that pad. I said, child, what you got? He said, I got this little pill. I said, word? Let's do it then. Bam. Yeah. Now, that lets you know how much of a drug addict I was at the time, because I didn't even know what pill it was. But after about an hour, things started getting a little tricky. I was tore up from the floor up, beat up from the feet up. I needed to check up from the neck up. Child, I was gone. I was so gone. I said, you know what? I'm going to go home because I ain't going to be able to stay in this club like this. So I got in my Jeep and I headed downtown. I don't live downtown. I don't even live near downtown. I don't even live in the same direction as downtown. I actually live in the opposite way of downtown. But I went on and drove downtown. And because I was high, I took a nap while driving. I woke up a week later in the Vanderbilt trauma unit. I broke through 3 vertebrae in my neck. I tore my eyelid. I don't have a muscle in my arm, and I can't raise it no higher than here. I have a metal plate in my jaw, and word on the street is that they had to lightly resuscitate me. When I woke up, I realized it wasn't HIV that was going to kill me. It was me that was going to kill me. So after about 6 to 8 months of recovery and rehab, I decided to find Jesus and I joined church. So the church that I joined ended up wanting to know more about HIV, and I jumped at the opportunity. The pastor sent me to California to Rick Warren's Church for World AIDS Day. And that's where I met, at the time, Senator Barack Obama, but it was President Barack Obama. He got on stage in front of the crowd, talked about the importance of getting tested, and he swabbed his mouth. Everybody got tested. Gave me empowerment. I felt great. So I decided to write a production, and when I got back to my church, we did the production. I asked my pastor, would he get tested on stage? He obliged. And the night that it happened, over 200 people got tested for HIV. Isn't that right, Ron Crowder? I say, isn't that right, Ron Crowder? And you guys don't even know this. But the night that I did my production, Ron Crowder was the person who was testing. And when he came to me, he said, I only bought 25 tests. I'm going to have to go back and get some more. Do it. But yeah, that shocked me. It gave me strength. I was ready to go tackle the world and let them know that you can live with HIV. But then something horrible happened. It was January the 12th, 2011. I was asleep and I heard my cell phone vibrating. And because I had drunk too much wine several hours early, I couldn't get it. But then the house phone started ringing. And it kind of scared me, and I jumped up and I grabbed the phone. And it was my niece, and she said, "You got to get down here. Something's wrong with Granny." And she hung up the phone. I jumped up, I threw my clothes on. I told my roommate, "Hey man, ride with me." We got in the car, we headed down 65 to Columbia, Tennessee. And before we could even get to the Columbia exit, my sister called me. Before I could even think, I picked up the phone and I said, "Is Mama dead?" She said, "I'm sorry, bub. She didn't make it." "What you mean she didn't make it? She wasn't even sick. She was only 57. I got to the hospital. I walked in and the nurse said, "Go to the back. Your people are back there." When I opened up the door, I could just hear this wailing. It was my sisters just crying uncontrollably. About that time, the nurse knocked on the door. She said, "Your mom is ready. We got her cleaned up. Y'all can come see her now." I told my sister, "No, I want to go by myself." So I walked down the hall. I walked in that room. I pulled a curtain back. Oh God, what happened? What happened? What am I gonna do now? I didn't know what to do. You know, I knew how to live my life with my mother. But living my life without her is something different. Just when you think you're over it and it's okay, it just still cut you. You have your good days, you have your bad days.